And then that way I can show everyone who's not here. Anyway, so let's start that again. This is the moment that we lost the ball here. So we have possession here. Now we just lost the ball. What's the problem? And let's just make it clear. We're going this way. Yeah, exactly, David. Okay, this has been the problem pretty consistently with all of our teams. And it makes sense why it's a problem. When we're in possession, a lot of the time we're just focusing on the ball, and that can't happen. When we have possession of the ball, we still have to think about defense. We have to think about what happens if in this situation we turn over the ball. And here's what happens when we turn over the ball. Now there's a player right here, and all it takes is that simple ball across. Now, I know what you're going to say, David, and the older players, offside. I don't care about offsides, okay? Because normally that player would be here and they would still be able to make that run. Or even we could argue that this player here who is onside, all it takes is that ball through in this kind of diagonal and he's in. So that argument doesn't fly. So in that situation here, we are now done. Okay. On top of that, what's the first part of defending? What's the first?
Safety.
No, I mean, sorry, let's be a little bit more clear here. What's the first point of one-on-one defending?
Keep your body between the net and the ball.
Good.
Surfboard.
But now instead of the ball, because there is no ball, it's defender. We talk about this in our 2v2s, right? When we're defending, we always have to be in between the player and the net. So instead of Matthew being here, can you be there? Instead of Hugo being there, Hugo has to be here in between the player and the net. And we can trust our players to get back. And you can see here that he does, right? But because we were not in line with the in between the player and the net, then we got scored on. And this happened, I think, 3 or 4 times. A lot of the times, because we're a possession-based team, we're going to lose the ball in transition. If I go into filter and I look at the goals that were scored against us this game, right? We'll be able to tell pretty quickly, oh, this was our first goal. Sorry. So this was one that we scored. Okay. We'll be able to tell very quickly. See, it's the same thing here. And then now he gets in front in between the player and the net. And we can see that again over here. Oh no, this was just this we'll go back to a little bit later. Not there. Again, Hugo comes away from his defender, not in between the player and the net. So now he's wide open. An easy goal, right? So that's 2 goals so far. We can see that here again, same thing. He is away from Matthew. Should be in between the player and the net. So he's completely free. Yeah, he didn't score, but another player did. So that's 2 goals so far. This was our goal. This was actually really well worked. I think this was Hugo's pass. Yeah, great pass here. Well done, Hugo. Good pass. And I think this was another one of our goals. Another one of our goals. Oh no, perfect luck. Again, player by himself. I think this is our goal, but still, we have to make sure now it's a 2-on-1. This is our goal, but if we lost that ball, look at what we're looking at. 2 against 1. Not good, right? Yeah, we scored. It was a great goal here, but let's watch. Okay, pretty good here. Yeah, this was Evan's mistake. That's okay. Again, 2 players. No one's going in between the ball and the net. Oh, I guess that wasn't a goal. That was a save. Back here, not in between the ball and the net. So we can see a constant pattern here that's going on. So I just wanted to show you that. We're going to watch for the first part. I want to watch the 2013s because they played really well. Next highlight. Start here. See if we can watch the game a little bit faster. So 2013s actually played a really good game here. We can see here how they keep the ball really well with possession. We can see a really great shape. Mertz playing the center midfield role. We got our 2 defenders, winger and forward. Just a really good switch here. Keeping possession, really great. Let's actually make this a highlight here. It's really great here. Where's possession? Let's just put it as attack. Let's start it there. Yeah, we could watch all of it here. Alex keeping possession, right? 2 players recognizes that. This is really great here by Hugo. He recognizes 3 players in front of him, so he's not going to beat them all. He's going to keep possession here. And again, just keeping it, waiting for our opportunity, moving side to side. It's a good ball. I think that was Asher. Not sure. And not forcing it. So really great there. Really great play by them. Let's move it forward. What I like here is if we freeze it and we go into that interactive mode, even if we lose the ball at this point, look at how much cover we have. We have Ian in the back. We've got Asher. There's no way they're getting past those 2 players. There's just no way. So even if we lose that ball, we're okay. And when we win it, what's great is there's safety back here and they have time now, right? Asher has time to make a good decision and a great pass simply because they gave themselves time. Asher's in support there. If we freeze it here, we can really see, right? 1, 2, 3. Everyone's in a really good position. Everyone's shifting, right? Alex should actually just be a little bit here rather than a little bit over there. We have our back pass to Mert, which would be a great fire crack. We have the ball to Asher. Okay, he's support there, which we can reset, or Ian can come just a little bit over and reset. The only problem I would say here, what do you think the only problem is? See if anyone can figure. Go ahead.
Space behind
Mm,
for somebody to make a run.
no. There's only one player who's really out of position here. Well, other than Alex, but we've already talked about that. And it may not be an obvious choice. That's a hint. No. Good try.
The defender.
midfielder.
The goalkeeper.
The goalkeeper. Yeah,
Oh.
Alex should be way up there to help out in case Ian gets in trouble, right? So that's a part of that. Okay, let's exit out of panoramic view. We can get back into the game. What we could actually see here. Okay, let's look at our press. Alex should be small. Okay, everyone else is in a really good position. And again, if we look up here, right, we can see that there is no blue ahead of us, right? So we're in a good position. Let's get Cameron in there. Okay, the ability to keep the ball. We should see 3 players and now keeping possession. They're trying to, not bad. But again, we have cover back here. So we're always going to win that ball back. Just making sure that no one gets behind us. Right? So we're just not in danger. Good. Whoops. Oh, yeah, that was Alex's first. Let's get into that next highlight. So again, if we freeze it there, we can see that our 2 players, we're not letting any blues get behind us. So we're okay. I think. Yep. Wow. Right. And this is really great here. We can see everyone's shifting over. Okay. Asher should be in safety. Ian should be out. Right. See that clearly there. But if we stop to draw. Let's do it right now. Okay. So we just lost the ball. So if we stop to draw the lines, let's just draw the field here. I know it's a little bit tough to see. So we've got, this would be the center space, half space, and wide space, right? We can see that most of the team is ready to press here. Most of the team, everyone's shifted. Okay. It's not bad. Again, the only thing I would say is Asher gets behind and Ian should go up. That's the only thing. Other than that, looks pretty good to me. And now we're easily able to win that back. It's a great try there. Saw that pass. But again, there is no danger because we're by ourselves here. Whereas when we take out other games, let's go into, I don't know, this game, for example, and let's find just a random spot here. Let's go. This is our. Let's just take this here. Interactive. Good. So here we're actually looking really good. Good so far. Good ball. So this team was really good. And the reason they were really good was because Josiah stayed back most of this game. So he actually acted as a back 3. Allowed us a lot more players in the back, which is really great. We can see here, good cover in the back. Right, so as soon as we lose it, we have cover here with Muhammad. We have another cover here with Leo, right? Yeah, that's Leo. Good, so there's no way they're getting across. There's no way they're beating us here, not with 2 players in the back. Okay, Muhammad should be able to keep that. Oh, messed up. And then now we're in trouble, right? Because now open player. Okay, so the reason that happened was, let's go back. We can see here that this shouldn't have happened simply because he should have been able to keep that ball. But as soon as we lose that ball, we need to have, who should be coming back as soon as we lose that ball in our 4-3-1?
Maybe Leo.
Pardon?
Leo.
Leo's already back here. There's our back two.
The center mid.
Center mid is coming back.
Goalkeeper. No, winger.
Fullback, right? Fullback should come back to create our back four, right? So if we look at our formation, right? We're attacking this way. As soon as we lose that ball, our fullbacks go back. Our attacking mids go into that half space. And now we should have cover. Okay, in this back four, everybody should be small. And just like we saw in that 2013 game, everyone should be shifting one way. So when it's here, we should have our fullback from the weak side coming back in case we lose that ball. Okay, and if we go into here, we can see exactly what we're talking about. So this is a really good example of thinking about defending while attacking. So watch this. So we can see Russell here. He's in an excellent position right now. Okay. Right now, he's in that fullback position, that four, that we can see that horseshoe shape. Whoops. And he is shifted in. He is the weak side. So he is behind the other fullback, right? We can see that he's behind there. So if we does get, there's no one that can beat us, right? We have our two players. He's making sure that no one goes in between him and the net. Now we won the ball though. Now what should he do? Let's see who's on the call here. You should all know what we should do anyway, but
Get big.
yeah. How big should should Hugo get?
Wide space.
Yeah. So he should be going to the wide space. Is Ryan? Ryan, are you on the call? Is Ryan here? Let's see. Ryan. No, he's not. Okay, well, Cameron's on. So Cameron, you should know, yes, that he should go into the wide space. So let's take this out here. And let's go back 5 seconds and let's go into the interactive mode. Just so we can see here and we can draw everything. Perfect. So let's draw our lines. So this is the center space. This is the half space. This is, sorry, that's not the half space. And then there's your wide space here. Let's take that back. Let's go like that. Okay, so wide space, half space, center space, half space, wide space. Okay. Good. And we can see now that as soon as we win that ball, oh, and Russell just joined the call. So let's let Russell. Russell, can you hear me? Russell? Let's see if Russell. Yeah, okay, good. Russell's in. So as soon as we win that ball, we want our fullback, which is Russell, to sprint into that wide space. Connor should be in this center space. As soon as Katarina wins it, the ball should be going back. Connor should be in a big safety, right? And then 1, 2, And then Ryan should be in what space? The
Half space.
correct. He should be in the half space. Russell makes the pass down the wing. Ryan goes down. And then now he should be able to go in with players in the middle. That doesn't happen. Russell doesn't go wide enough. So he receives that ball. Well, he can't receive that ball. Ryan is in the half space where he should have been. So he receives that ball and then we score. Okay. But had Russell received that and that ball came here because he was in the no. Let's say he's here. What would that have done? Attracted the defender. He could now pass that ball in, and then Ryan would have had that breakaway, right? So would have really been worked out. Ryan with a great move. And that's exactly what happened here. If we freeze it right there. What happened here that allowed Adrian to go forward and score?
There's no defender on him.
Why? Because Ryan.
Because Ryan attracted him.
Exactly. And that's what Russell could have done by going into that wide space early. He could have attracted this defender. Okay. Good. Good.
What a goal.
Yeah, I think he called it offside, but it wasn't offside. Couldn't have been offside. Anyway, not important. So let's look at our shape again here. Okay, so this is, again, really good. And this is something that the 2012s could learn a lot from Russell, okay, and from Josiah as well. As soon as we lose the ball, their mind is defense. They don't want anyone to beat us. And because of that, we now have a back of 4 players. Okay, 1, 2, 3. And Cameron also going back. So now, if we freezed it there, we could see there are 4 players back. Whereas if we go into, for example, the sporting game, and we just randomly take a spot. Nope. Interactive player. Right. And we freeze it. Okay. Who's back here now? We have David, defender. We have, looks like Asher, defender, and Mert, who's playing center mid. And look at where CN is. Whereas with the 2010s, the winger would drop back. And that's what we need to start doing. We have to understand that if you're on the weak side, your job is to drop back. When we have that ball and when we lose that ball, it doesn't matter. We have to start thinking about what would happen if we lose the ball. Because as awesome as we are, we do lose the ball. So we have to think about, if CN lost the ball here, what would happen? Okay. Well, if this player wins it, we could see a give and go going, which would mean that Asher would have to come in and drop. David would have to come back. So we're in trouble. Whereas if CN was back here, he'd be able to come in and help out. Okay. So Asher could move and we could go down just like that. Yes, you can say Mert's there, but Mert's out of position. Mert should actually be here. Okay, helping CN. Right, we keep possession here. Oh, I think Mert's actually defending in Asher's center mid. So I think everyone's in good, except for, oh, I called out CN, but that's actually Matthew on the wing. Okay, ball comes over. Matthew, where should you be in the
Wide space.
And you should be doing what?
Moving.
Yeah, so he
Moving.
should be sprinting to the wide space and then supporting. Okay. is to create a passing lane. No passing lane, so we lose the ball there. Okay, and then if we freeze it here, looks like we're okay. But what about this player here, right? Not okay. So if we see that, what should we do? How do we make sure we're okay?
Scan.
Hmm. Who's on the weak side right now?
Me.
And
Mert.
yes. So Mert is already in a safety from David, even though he should be a little bit safety up there. Okay. Matthew, you should be a little bit further back. Not all the way, but a little bit. And do you remember what we spoke about yesterday about why it's important for you to be even further back when we're crossing it? What's that giving you?
Space.
Yes,
Time.
space, right? And time in between that goalkeeper. Because now Cien's going to throw it in, cross it in, and there's really nowhere to put it, right? So this looks like a shot, but I know Cien, and this is actually a pass. Oh, wait, no, I guess that was a shot. But if Matthew, if you were, instead of being there, if you were just about here, let's say we lost that ball, you would have time to come back. And by going over here, it would also give you that space to run in to score. So the weak side has to practice safety. Okay. I don't know why Cien is shooting from the half space there, but that's a different story.
He tried passing it to me. He told me that.
I think so too. I think he was trying that as well. And again, now that we lost that ball, we should be leading with Felipe, with our forward. Our two midfielders should be behind, cutting off the passing lanes. Asher should be back here. See how we're doing. Really good back there. Okay, but look at where we are. Look at how Cien's running. Okay, let's look at that again. Let's look at Cien's run here. What's wrong with it?
Is leaving the defender open?
Not scanning. No, not caught up.
What do you mean by that, Sebastian? Which defender is open? Cien's over here. What do you mean by that? Yeah, exactly. So
Wait, my bad.
he didn't cut off the passing lane first and then press. Running after the ball makes absolutely no sense. You have to do it with intent, and you have to do it and be smart about it. And the way to be smart, cut off all the players' options. Matthew, good. You cut off that passing lane, which is why you won that ball. Felipe should be able to see Cien cutting, should be able to see Matthew cutting. He now has a decision to make. We want him to cut off that middle pass. Okay. And now it's going to force him this way. And then now we can start to in and press. Matthew will still be cutting off that passing lane. So this guy's not a problem. Asher would be supporting in case we lose that ball. And everyone can start to shift. And once we shift, we have an advantage. Okay. Matthew got cut off. Excellent. Good. And I just want to show you a really good example of someone doing this constantly, just kind of waiting and holding their position. So let's. Whoops. Interactive player. Oh, this was a really good header. Watch this. Oh, no, never mind. Okay. Just watch Katarina's position. She just comes out of nowhere and is always helpful. Okay. Look at her. She's covering Daniel. Let's zoom in on that. Okay. She's right in that triangle, which is what we talk about, right? With that 9. So they've moved over. Perfect. And look at Katarina. She's supporting right in that half space. Right into that half space. And now she's able to win that ball back. Now we're able to keep it with a shot. And just watch her in the goal kicks. Her first thought is always support. She has to support her teammates. Okay. So she's always going to be supporting Adrian, Ryan, and Daniel. Look at where she is. She's in that space in the middle. And now, again, covering for both of them. I would say she should be a little bit further back. But twice now, she's won that interception. Twice. And ended up now that was a goal for her. Let's cut that again. She's able to see the passing lane. She's able to see the passing lane, and her first thought is cut the passing lane. That's the first thought on defense. Cut the passing lane. Don't give him any options. Okay. Let's look at what happens next. Let's actually create a highlight for this because this is let's just create, hold the phone, 742. Let's just put this as attack, 742. Okay, she wins that ball there. Great shot into the net. I'll just write it down. I'll create a highlight later. Okay, now the ball is here. I like interactive mode a lot more. Watch what happens now. If we freeze it there, look at all the passing lanes that are cut. There's no way. Again, who is it? Katarina cutting the passing lane up allows Adrian to win that ball. And again, where is she? Right back here in support of Adrian. Adrian just lost the ball. Watch what happens. She is there now covering for Ryan. She shifts over into that space and just constantly moving. Okay. Again, all in space. As soon as we lose it, she's the one that is behind, able to win that ball back. She's there to cover, helping, finding passing lanes, taking away passing lanes. That simple. Okay, look, so much space for her. Comes in, finds more space. That's a foul throw. Again, she's the one that's able to find the spaces. Look at her, find space again into that middle. So she's playing really in that half space, just popping in and out, finding the passing lanes. Okay, always in, always helping. And if we took a heat map, and a heat map is essentially where she plays the most, it would be around here. And it's really, if we draw it, this would be the half space, center space, and half space. That's really where she plays. And she just kind of goes into this area. She never goes too much there. She never goes too much there. She just kind of stays and plays around in this area. And what you'll find is this is where a lot of the space is, because usually teams are in that final third, right? So if you're standing here, you're usually by yourself. And that's why she gets so many fire rockets and so many goals. Look, this is where she is right here, right in that back. She doesn't go too far in. She's always there to help someone and always there helping there, finding a passing lane. Okay. If we only lost the ball, guys, then I'd be able to show you even more. But you guys are so good at keeping possession at this point. Look, again, space, shows for the ball, keeps possession. Again, covering, helping. As soon as we lose the ball, she's the first player on that green. And we can see that constantly. She's always that first player defending. Why? Because she's always around the ball. Look, she's just always around the ball, always around the ball, always helping out. Coming back now into that space. Always around the ball. Always around the ball. If I stay this close to the ball, she's always there. Takes another shot. Good. And now let's watch her here. Stays with this guy in between the ball and the net, the player in the net. Wins the ball again. Keeps possession. Look, again, close to that ball, close to the player with the ball, always helping. Right here. Always around. And this is what we have to start doing more of. We have to just be there for each other, right? And this is a great example of a player who is always there helping others. That's what we need to strive for. Okay, always finding that passing lane, always there to help. Okay, and again, goal kick. She's behind Adrian. Look at the shift. Press with 3, and guess who wins the ball back? Right? It's not even, it should be obvious at this point. She's always around. She's always there to help. She always just pops in. She's on him, covering that passing lane. Again, who wins the ball? Right? Who wins the ball from the other team again? Katarina. It's a pattern. She's always around to help. And this is what you should learn. Look, as opposed to other players, right? Let's look at where they could be. Okay. So we see Ryan. Is Ryan on the strong side or on the weak side?
Weak side.
Weak side. He should be back helping, right? We lost the ball. I'm not sure who this is. I think that's Daniel. Why is he up there, right? We don't have it. Get back, help out. Think about everyone else. Look who wins the ball again. Katarina, right? Look who's sprinting to help out. Oh, this is the, let me create a highlight. Oh, no, I can't. Oh, no, this was offside again. Oh, right. Look at her again. What I want you to keep in mind here is the idea of how important it is to support your teammate. Whether we're playing with 7, whether we're playing with 9, 11, 5, it doesn't matter. It always looks the same. Here's our 5. Okay. Here's our 7. Sorry. It's the exact same thing. Players come here. Players should be supporting. It's your job to help. It's your job to help these two. Okay. It's your job to be here in case we lose it. It's your job to help these two. It's your job to help these two, right? If we take that into the 9v9, right? It's their job to help him. Oh, sorry. No. This is when we're in possession. Okay. They go wide. Fullbacks go into the half space. Okay. It's their job to help these two. It's their job to help these two. Katarina's job to help these two. Everyone has someone to help. And when we can understand that, that's going to take us to a completely different level. Watch this now. Look at this. Perfect shape. One helping. Okay. This is that 9v9. He's pressing. He is there to help. Katarina is there. Okay. Because as soon as we lose the ball, we go back into here, right? This is our shape when we don't have that ball. So this is our 3 to help. He's helping there. He's shifting back. Safety. Pushes up. Help these two. Safety for the other side, right? Weak side in. Okay. Can we see that? Ryan's coming off, so we can't see that there. But we can see it here. Press. Help. 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 Right? Everyone is now in a fantastic position. Russell is helping. Everyone is helping. This is perfect. And now what you'll see is I don't even have to fast forward because I know even without Ryan, we're a player down. We're going to win this ball back guaranteed unless they kick it long. Even when they kick it long, right? Handball. But there's no doubt in my mind, based on the 1v1s that we constantly do every single practice, if there are more of us than them, they cannot beat us 1v1. It is impossible. Look, there is no way he's getting out of that. There is no chance. We are 2-on-1. Our defense in this type of situation is impossible to beat. It just is based on how we work. On top of that, we have Katarina helping, right? Look at this back. There is no way they can beat us. I called it before I saw it. You have to understand how powerful it is when we are 1v1. This is the reason I called the Academy Gladiator, by the way. Gladiators were fierce warriors who were forced to fight 1 against 1 in arenas way, way back when. Imagine an army of gladiators, fierce 1v1 warriors, and that's what we have. Each one of you, through our 1v1s, has become a fierce individual warrior. And when you have some other gladiator to help you, there is no chance. Look at this, 3v1. Where is he going to go? There is no way. There's no way he can win it. Even if he somehow wins that ball, he can't go anywhere unless we make the mistake. Again, Katarina popped up, right? And this is why you've seen this game so far, right? Out of everything that I've showed you, have they come into our half? Not once. Why? Because we have a gladiator here that comes up and helps out the whole team everywhere. So it gives us an advantage. So they can't go anywhere unless they kick the ball up. Look at this. 2 gladiators on 1. Katarina comes in, missed tackle, but look at this. So much gladiators back here. No way he can get through. There is no chance. Again, unless they just kick it up. 1v1. Everyone is scared of us. Look at this. 2v1. Forcing them to go long. 1v1 here. Look at this. 3 players back. They have no chance. And when we can understand this moving forward, I promise you, every single one of our goalkeepers will be so bored because they will have nothing to do. And this has been, what, 10 minutes so far? Oliver has had nothing to do. Absolutely nothing. This is the power of our system. And you have to understand that. Look, 3-4 players. Even if we lose the ball here, which we do here, look at that. Right on Katarina. Right on Russell. Look, there's no way. There's no way they can get through us. Look at how many gladiators there are. Nothing. Right? Nothing. Nothing. Now we just get into our shape wide, and now we're keeping possession. Okay. So when we're defending properly, and this is the difference between this game that we saw, the 2012 and 2013 game, where we didn't have the defenders back. So defenders on the call, this is what you have to start to understand. You have to check your shoulder always and make sure that there is nobody behind you. And we have to start working more as a team. Right? Russell should be in the wide space. 2v1, no chance. Again, 1v1, that's our ball. Everyone is shifted. Good. He's a little bit alone. Who's not in a good position right now? Who could be in a better position right now? What do you think?
The left defender.
Close. Well, yeah, I guess Russell, but I think Russell's taking the throne. I would say the right defender. Okay, Cameron, you should be in a better position, right? Because you're on the weak side. You and Daniel should be tucked in and just a little bit further back. Okay, just like that. And the only way they're scoring on us, and this is again, this is throughout every single team, is if we make the mistake. When they don't get to us, we make a mistake, and that's how they score. Okay, let's look at it again. We know what's going to happen here. Great press, pressing with all four, fantastic. Good. First part of pressing is what? Cutting off the
Passing lane.
passing lane. We cut off this passing lane. Yes. We're cutting off this passing lane, but we're not cutting off that, and we're not cutting off that. A good team would be able to get that ball out. Okay, we want to force them and keep them on one side, and then we can press. So let's worry about there, cutting off that lane, cutting off this lane, and then pressing. And then if they want to use their goalkeeper, go right ahead. Okay, now Adrian cut off the passing lane to the goalkeeper. There's no way out. Look, 2-on-1, no chance. Absolutely no chance. Again, Katarina pops in. She's always helpful. Again, guess who? And a goal. Why? Because she is just hanging around in that spot outside that final third, ready for that firecracker. Okay, always ready, always in a pocket to find space. Okay, simple as that. All right, I think that's enough for today.